think it's time for a story. Today I have a book called Hair Love. It's by Matthew Cherry, illustrated by Vashti Harrison, and is published by Penguin Random House. Ooh, look at that glorious hair. Hair Love. My name is Zuri, and I have hair that has a mind of its own. It kinks, coils, and curls every which way. Daddy tells me it's beautiful, and that makes me proud. I love that my hair lets me be me. In funky braids with beads, I am a princess. And when my hair is in two puffs, I'm above the clouds like a superhero. My hair even does magic tricks. One day, Rocky and I were playing outside when along came the rain, and from large to small, presto, just like that. There's nothing my hair can't do. Today I woke up extra early all by myself. I was too excited to sleep. It's a big day. Daddy is still sleeping. Shh, I say to Rocky as we tiptoe past him. Lately, Daddy's been worn out. He makes me breakfast, takes me to school, goes to work, picks me up, and yesterday we went for a bike ride around the park. I think he needs a break. Because today is special, I want a perfect hairstyle. This calls for a professional touch. Paws off, Rocky, I say as he knocks the tablet. Daddy heard the crash. Zuri, what on earth? He asks. I was only trying to help, I said. Daddy smiled. Can I help too? It'll be a piece of cake, Zuzu. Well, the first style was a big no way. And the second was no better. Then Daddy tried slicking my hair back into two puffs. Ouch! Daddy yelled. That's when one of the scrunchies hit him right in the eye, in case you can't see. Wait a minute, Daddy said as he reached into the drawer and pulled out a pick. Ta-da! Daddy, really? I'll be right back, he promised. How's that? He asked, pulling a hat down over my eyes. Daddy, come on. We can do better than that. I really need my hair to be special. Don't worry, he said. We'll figure this out. And then I had a great idea. Daddy gathered all the tools we needed, and we were set. Daddy combed, parted, oiled, and twisted. He nailed it. Funky puff buns, pretty, and so much fun. Rocky approved too. I put on my superhero cape as the final touch to a perfect look. Where's my Zuzu? Mommy called from the door. She couldn't get in the house fast enough. Mommy! You've got to be the prettiest Supergirl I have ever seen, she said. And your hair is beautiful, Zuri. Who did it? I looked at Daddy and beamed. Mommy smiled. Very nice. Thank you. We learned from the best, Daddy said as he gave her a big hug. My hair is Mommy, Daddy, and me. It's hair love. that's the story. Some people might know this book. It actually came from a movie that won an Oscar this past year for the best short. So check it out on YouTube. Now I think we have time for another story. And this one I'm reading, it's called Two of a Kind. And I chose it really for this word right here, kind, because I think that's something we need to all be thinking about right now and remembering to always be kind. This book is by Jacqui Robbins and with pictures by Matt Phelan, and it's published by Athenaeum Books. Kayla and Melanie are two of a kind. That's what Kayla and Melanie say. Even our teacher, Miss Becky, says it sometimes, like when Kayla and Melanie beg to be partners all the time. And Julissa and I like to be partners too, but nobody calls us two of a kind. Miss Becky does say, Julissa, Anna, can you help? She says that a lot, and we do. Now at recess, Kayla and Melanie sit on the jungle gym. They pretend to do each other's hair and they whisper and giggle. Nobody is invited up. At recess, Julissa and I sit under the slide and we pretend to stand up and hit our heads and we laugh until our glasses fall off. Anybody is invited, but nobody comes except Henry and Matthew. One day in science, Miss Becky says we're going to do experiments. She asks who knows what an experiment is. Julissa and I raise our hands. Julissa says an experiment is when you try something to see what happens. When Julissa says that, I notice Kayla and Melanie laugh. Melanie holds her fingers in circles in front of her eyes, like glasses, and Kayla makes a face. I put my hand down. Miss Becky says our experiments will be about how colors mix together to make other colors. We have to use markers and water and coffee filters. While Miss Becky chooses our partners, Kayla and Melanie hold hands and whisper, two of a kind. I don't look at Julissa. Miss Becky makes me partners with Melanie. Melanie sighs and puts her head on the desk. She says she hates science. She says, why do Julissa and I raise our hands so much? She says I have to do all the work. I tell Melanie I can make a rainbow. Melanie says the markers stink like feet, but she takes her head off the desk. I know just what to do because Julia and I read all about colors at her house. We take a black marker and draw a circle in the middle of the coffee filter. I fill the circle in all the way with the marker. And then I dip my pinky finger in the water and carefully let one drop fall into the center. And right away the circle spreads and I see all the colors that make the marker black. Blue and green lines squiggle out to the sides of the filter. I drip another drop and pink and orange fill the center. Whoa, Anna, Melanie says. Miss Becky shushes us. Melanie says I am so smart. She says maybe I am cool after all. She wants a turn, so I let her try. She lets Kayla try. They do not drip carefully. Our cup spills, water goes everywhere. Miss Becky uses her angry voice. She says we have to clean up before we go to recess. I sigh, but Melanie touches my hair. Hey, she says, pulling my arm away from the mess. Do you want to play with us? We do not clean up. Do you see Julissa's there? Now at recess, I sit on the jungle gym with Kayla and Melanie, and they pretend to do my hair. They say I should get braids. They say I should get better glasses. Melanie says, at least she's not Miss Giant Eyes. Kayla laughs and points to the slide, but I don't even have to look. I already know who they mean. The next day at free reading time, Julissa asks if I want to sit with her and read our favorite poem book. Kayla and Melanie ask if I want to sit on the rug. They stare at me. I don't say a word, but I go to the rug. Kayla and Melanie do not read. They whisper and giggle. I peek over the top of my book at Julissa. She's sitting alone with the poem book. Her eyes stare at it, but she never turns a page. At lunch, I asked Julissa if she read our favorite poem, but Julissa just walks away. My stomach hurts. I can't eat anything. Kayla and Melanie take my cookies and they say, yum, and then they dance like the girl on TV. I remember one time when I went over to Julissa's house and her dad showed us how to fancy dance. We stood on his feet and he twirled us around and around. I looked across the lunch table to Julissa. She's not eating either. At recess, I sit on the jungle gym with Kayla and Melanie and pretend to do each other's hair. I watch the slide. Julissa and Henry and Matthew are laughing. Kayla and Melanie say I should get braids. They say I should get better glasses. I would like Kayla and Melanie to just be quiet. When Miss Becky rings the bell for the end of recess, Kayla says, "Let's stay here. Let's make someone come and get us." Everyone runs to the line. We don't move. Miss Becky calls my name and waves. Melanie says, "Stay." Julissa stands below the jungle gym. She says, "Recess is over, you know." Kayla makes a face and laughs. And Melanie says, "We're not coming." Julissa looks at Melanie. Her eyes are sharp and her voice is calm. "I'm not talking to you. I don't care about you." And I can tell she really doesn't. Julissa turns back to me. She blinks. "Anna?" Her voice is shakier. Maybe now she does care. "If you get down," Melanie says. But I'm already down. I grab Julissa's hand and run for the line. "You're just like her after all, aren't you?" Melanie yells. "Of course I am," I call over my shoulders. "We're two of a kind." And Julissa and I laugh until our glasses fall off. Kind is one of those words that has a couple of meanings. It can mean you're exactly the same, but it can also mean that you're nice. I hope you'll be nice, and I hope you have a great week. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you again next time. It's time for a story.